Welcome children to a very unusual harvest assembly. This year we are doing lots of things differently. This means that we are taking things that we know and finding new ways of sharing the same things and the same experiences. Today I'm going to share an assembly all about harvest with you. Did you know that in the UK where we live, people have been celebrating Harvest Festival for many centuries? This means that it is a long-standing tradition. This festival was also known as the Harvest Home and was traditionally celebrated on the Sunday nearest the harvest moon. Have you ever seen a harvest moon? It's a truly beautiful sight. October's full moon is known as the harvest moon, and it seems to appear earlier and be larger than other full moons. Folklore says that the full moon's bright glare helped the farmers during the time that they were picking their crops into the late evening time. The full moon's glare helped them to see and work for longer. In the past, the harvest festival would be held as soon as the harvest had been collected, and the final cartload triumphantly returned to the farm, where the harvest supper or harvest home would take place. Some of the traditions of celebrating harvest included saying thank you for the crops and also sharing food together. Right now, sharing food together in large groups is hard, and so this year we are celebrating harvest differently. We are using it as a time to be grateful for our wonderful outdoors. Here at school, we also, but not also in our local area. Being grateful for this leads us to think about, why is the outdoors so important? What experiences and benefits does it give us? These are some of the ideas that I've been thinking about and considering. I don't know about you, but I love being outdoors. It makes me feel calm inside. It makes me stop, look, and take a deep breath instead of constantly rushing around as we often do. I love the colours. The changing seasons bring colours that change throughout the year, from the bright greens and yellows of summer to the gorgeous oranges and browns of autumn. Being close to nature reminds us that life has a constant cycle. We sow, we plant, we take care of our plants, and then if we're lucky, they grow, and then we can benefit in other ways. Look at this gorgeous food I have had for my tea. This started as seeds and ended up on my plate. So nature provides for us. It's easy to forget this, as most things we get are from the supermarket, but this is how they started out, being grown, being cared for, until they got to our plates. Now during lockdown, we've done many things differently, and we've not been able to see our friends as much as we normally do or do things in the same way. Did you know that during this time, some children in school came to school nearly every single day? These children got to take care of and experience our garden, the place to grow, and it's because of them that we have managed to keep our crops and our garden growing. So I asked them what they thought of Place to Grow. What had it meant to them during lockdown? What did they do to take care of it? And very importantly, if they work so hard at taking care of it, what does it mean to them now? Over to you, children.
Welcome to our Place to Go. Today we'll be sharing with you how important it is to be outside and how much can happen if you work hard in the garden.
We will also be finding out what children have been doing during lockdown. We were pretty busy, you know. Let's go and ask the children what they think. What did being in Place to Go mean to you during lockdown?
It meant that I could help out a bit. It meant for me that I could help the teachers do gardening.
It meant for me that I could be outside more and enjoy myself.
I enjoyed being able to plant all the seeds.
I enjoyed that I got to eat strawberries.
I enjoyed looking at the chickens doing funny things.
Just take
potatoes. No, it's not. Because he gets fried potatoes. Alex, why aren't these going in the box?
Because them ones are rotten and they have the old because they haven't been picked out of the soil in time.
How do you know that one?
Because they're
What would you do with these? Make carrot soup.
Richard, what's going on here?
we're picking all the runny beans.
Do you enjoy the running beans?
Yes, and I made the tent. I don't know what it is.
The frame.
The frame during summer.
Have we got many runner beans? Have you got a lot of crop?
Full one in there, and we've not even finished the first side.
Wow. Do you think they've grown really well, these ones?
Yeah.
Okay. Well done. How do you pick them off, Ruth? Show me.
Sometimes if they're too high, I have to step inside of it.
Okay, do you have to be careful? Can I have a look at one close up? Can you show us one? Oh, wow. Do you like to eat those?
Yeah.
Good.
These are part of the bean family.
Is it hard looking after such a huge environment?
It is hard work, yes, but it's very rewarding at the end when you get to pick all your harvest crops and eat them. But when I've got such a lovely group of children coming out and helping, it eases the pressure a little bit then.
How do you know what foods are where and how to organise them?
Okay, so every year it's like a map to tell me where everything was the previous year, and we rotate it so that we're not putting the same crops in the same bed, otherwise there won't be enough nutrients for certain crops. And then when I plant the seeds, or as we all planted the seeds, we put little labels in, and then when they're ready to go in the ground, we put them in the ground, and then we put a label next to what crop it is, and then we know exactly what is where.
Do you think gardening is therapeutic for children?
Have to agree wholeheartedly. It's very therapeutic. It's very therapeutic for anybody. You know, everybody should have the right to be able to access even a tiny little bit of land and just do a little bit of gardening, even if it's just digging for worms, because it makes you feel relaxed, in touch with nature, and you get fresh air and lots of beautiful colours and lots of beautiful smells.
How are we going to take care of our crops while we are in this pandemic?
Well, it's been a little bit more difficult this year to look after the crops, just because we've not all been around, so some things have overgrown, like the cabbages, and the slugs now like to eat them, but we give them to the chickens instead. So it's they get to play with them, a bit of enrichment, so they have to forage for the food. But we've all worked as a really good team this year, and when I haven't been in, the children have been out and they've been watering and weeding. So we just work as a team, and that's all we need to keep doing. And if you ever see me around at lunch times, please do come over. Any of the children can get involved, and I can give you some tools and some gloves. And if I'm not here and it is maybe a bit dry, then you might just want to get some cups and water the plants for me.
Crops would be here if those children hadn't worked hard, would they?
No, it takes a lot of effort to make things grow, but I really think it is worth it. Look how the children, look how I brought the children together. It certainly made them feel happy and content. We are always looking for new gardeners, so when you see Sarah, go over and ask if you can help.
Happy harvest, everyone. The next time you're eating your fruit or veg, think of all the hard work put into making it grow.
Happy harvest to everyone!
I knew it. I knew that being outside and being part of making things grow would be beneficial. This is why we have a garden-like place to grow at our school. Learning about the cycle of nature, the cycle of growing, is an important part of life. Do you know that if growing our own fruits and veg is a brilliant way to become more sustainable, save money, and also feel closer to nature, which is always a good thing? In class now, I'd like you to spend a few minutes talking about whether you notice and appreciate the changing seasons, which one's your favourite, and whether you've ever grown anything from seeds. Happy harvest to everyone. Now, before we go, I have some good news to tell you. Do you remember the book we've made, our Unlocking Lockdown project? Well, tomorrow, on our last day of this half term, every family will get a copy to take home. Enjoy sharing it with your family, looking back over at what you and your friends have done during that lockdown period. It really is a special piece of history. Have a great half-term holiday, everyone. Stay safe, and we will see you very soon.